mis amigos, y bienvenidos nuevamente al canal King Fox. Hello friends, and welcome back to the King Fox channel. My name's Matt Conager, and I'm building this, a Kitbox Series 7 STI, which is right here. As you can see, I've got some stuff stacked up on it. I kind of do that to save some space so I can get the car in and out of here, but I'm getting ready to cover the cap on the rudder, and I'll be installing the cap on top of the vertical stabilizer. And that cap has a little bit of a fissure, or crack in it. Probably saw in the previous video because I know you watched it when I was pressing it on, fitting it, and it snapped up front. I'm gonna have to repair that little bit of that little crack in it. I probably don't have to, but I'm gonna throw some epoxy on it and put a piece of saran wrap around it to let that soak in and kind of press it down into the foam. And then on the next video I'll be covering that one up and hopefully wrapping up the top caps on the rudder and the vertical stabilizer. So thanks for coming back. If you haven't already done so, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the little bell for future notifications so you don't miss out on excellent videos like this. Let's get into the video. And I'm gonna lather a little bit on the top. I don't think I did it this way with the horizontal stabilizer because I do remember using some saran wrap, which I still think I'm gonna do because that worked well to get a uniform fit and to pull this top down onto itself. So I'm probably going to throw a rubber glove on here and squeeze that stuff down onto itself. I happen to have one right here, inside out, but I think that'll work fine. And I could use I'm going to try it with my finger here. If it doesn't work very well, we'll go to a popsicle stick, pull it down into the fiberglass. And I think it says I can clean this up with denatured alcohol, so I'll try to clean that fiberglass up here in a little bit. It's like putting frosting on a cake that you don't want to eat later. Probably put a little bit more in there. I'm not so much trying to fill holes with this stuff as just give it a cap with a little bit of rigidity to it, because this stuff does get like a rock. And we'll turn it so you can see what I'm doing. Just filling that front end. The foam is so soft that just pulling the 9460 over it wants to remove a little bit of the foam. I don't think I'm going to have enough for the, well, that piece on the back is smaller. We'll see. Okay, it's covered. Looks good. I'm going to grab a little bit of saran wrap because, like I said, I liked the way that worked out in the past. Put it on the top, cling wrap. We'll test that out and see if it's necessary or what. Anyway, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, we got some Glad press and seal. I think I'm gonna do this. Drape it right over there. Pull it tight to the back. Relatively tight to the front. And I'm just gonna seal it down here onto the fiberglass. That gives us a little bit of downward force pulling on the cap there. And lets me kind of form that right together. For back here, just tuck that up in there and kind of bring it back around on itself. And I don't think I need to clamp anything because not much bearing surface there to pull on, and it pulls those lumps down and kind of smooths them all out. That divot there I'll just fill in with the super fill. So the more you do, the better you get, and I'm happier with the results here than I am when I did my horizontal stabilizer and elevator. So let's do the rudder. Now you can't really see it very well, so we'll switch cameras. Alright, it appears we're recording. My watch shows me a great representation of what I'm not seeing, so hopefully you can see this very well. It's a great use of the garage door opener. I am going to have to mix up some more of this stuff, I think. Yep, down to the bottom. Okay, got it applied. I'm just going to slide this guy right on there. Can squeeze out just enough to fill in that little crack where I cracked it. And for the time being, we'll put some cling wrap over that and let it set up until I get around to mixing up some more Hysol, because I have something else I want to do. So we'll just put a little piece on there for now, keep it held in place, and I can cover it later on. Downward pressure on there. And wrap that right around. Stick it to itself. Okay, we'll let that one sit for a while. Well, we'll let both of them sit for a while. And later on we'll mix up some Hysol. So again, I just leave the syringe like that. Tomorrow I'll bend this over and it'll pop right out of there. Reusable. No need to buy 100 of them. So yesterday we put some saran wrap on top of the rudder here over the Hysol 9460 on the foam cap. I'm just going to pull the saran wrap off. Take a look at it. I do like kind of the way it formed up. When I put the saran wrap on there, I was able to pull it down and it didn't create those ridges like I had on the end caps of the horizontal stabilizer. A lot of ridges in that. I had to sand them down with, you guessed it, sandpaper, and it looked terrible, and it sucked the sand, I'll say that. This looks quite nice, actually almost completely formed up, aside from this large void I have over here, but I'll be filling that in with superfill. I think overall it's going to take just a light sand job on there, and depending on how it mates up with the forward edge of the vertical stabilizer, we'll see. I might have to build it up a little bit or form this up. I've seen a few different ideas from other people's kits, and this seems like this goes up vertical as the horizontal stabilizers comes off. It kind of forms up around there and then it transitions back aft. So I'm going to whip up a quick batch of 9460 and squeeze it up on top of the vertical stabilizer, because if you remember from the last video, which certainly you watched, I only had enough to cover this and enough to glue that one on. So here's the syringe from yesterday. I'm just gonna snap this stuff loose. You can hear it cracking in there. Pull the plunger out. There we go. And I think I mixed up 30 and 30 yesterday. So I think I'm just going to mix up 5 and 5. Yeah, I'm going to mix up 5 and 5 and see if that does it. And I'll just put a nice little cap on that, on the horizontal stabilizer there, and we'll call that a video, because I've got a few other things to do today. So let's get into that. Thanks for watching the video. If you're stuck along till the end, you saw me reveal the top cap of the rudder after taking off the cellophane. In the next video, I'm going to jump right into mixing up the Hysol 9460 and get that top cap covered on the vertical stabilizer. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Actually, you'll see me. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.